Tired of all those bland drinks in the grocery stores? Wish there was something more flavorful? Well, now your wish is granted. Presenting Hobo's Piss. I'm a Californian, so I'm all organic to minimize my carbon footprint. Hobo's Piss is made from only the finest ingredients like grain liquor, methamphetamine, and freshly crushed dreams. I will only drink from free-range animals. Well, all of our urban campers roam free as nature intended. We use only the finest free-range transients from the most affluent cities around the nation, like San Francisco, New York City, Seattle, and of course, our very own Sacramento. City of trees, more like city of pee. Hobo's Piss, from the makers of Crack Sweat, comes this refreshing beverage, and it's guaranteed to have the bite and flavor that ordinary drinks lack. You can really taste the depression in this. Look for Hobo's Piss in all your major stores like Target, Walgreens, and any Walmart where parking a motorhome is still allowed. Disclaimer, this is obviously a fake commercial. If this were a real commercial, the world would be in total anarchy and zombies would have eaten your brain by now. None of the stores mentioned would actually carry this product. They would merely just allow transients to piss on their wall. All right, welcome to the Gag on This podcast. I am Big Nick. I am joined by the Portuguese pimp. That is Rob.
Hello.
Jerron is off. He's coming from an audition to be the next Trojan Man, if you can believe that. Yeah. Have you met Jerron?
Yeah, the potato farmer.
Yes.
Yeah.
The white guy with the black
That's like
name?
the first thing that I think of when I hear the word Joe Ron.
Ah, yes. Okay, yeah. Joe Ron, exactly.
Yeah, it sounds like a potato farmer.
That voice you heard is none other than Al Shuman. Woo!
Hi, such an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you are known for your heckler lectures. So
Yes, heckler lectures, yeah.
I worked all fucking day on that one too.
On
like the heckler
phrase?
lecture, yeah.
You did you like cop out and go to dictionary.com, rhyming dictionary? That's the best you came up with?
Yeah, I did.
So it took you all day.
Well,
you had to figure out how to like spell
Heckler
rhyme
lecture.
and dictionary.
I was about to be like, you're the heckler schmeckler, and I was like, nah.
I would have preferred that because then it's like a little ambiguous, you know? It's like, does this dude like suck hecklers' dicks or does he whip his dick out to hecklers? Which like that would create some conversation, but lecture, it's just like this guy like gonna recite the reasons why what they're doing it makes them a piece of shit, which I kind of do, but I kind of like embed that in, you know, just like I would say attacking them back.
Yes, and we are going to discuss that for sure.
Pretty sure whipping out a dick.
I will give you a lecture about my heckling experiences.
All right, before we do, I gotta do the plugs because I never fucking do.
First sponsor, Al Shuman presents the Gag on This podcast.
Technically, we're brought to you by Hobo's Piss. Yeah, that was my fake read. We'll talk about that later on when we get to the plugs. Gag on This podcast, listened around the globe. And that's literal, too. Did you listen to any other shows?
No, I figured it wasn't important.
Well, you're correct in that assumption. But we have one listener in Russia, one listener in Ireland, one in Japan, no, not Japan, Britain. That's way off.
No wonder you have those listeners because they can't understand what you're saying. It's just like good noise, but like no listeners in America.
Are you saying I have a soothing voice? Is that what I'm hearing?
The tone is a little relaxing.
That's what I like to hear. Right? You're just fucking sitting over there like a wallflower, dude.
So sorry.
Wait, what's your nickname? The Puerto Rican Prince?
No,
or?
see, it was supposed to be Portuguese Papa, but for some reason they threw in Pimp because they thought because I couldn't make it on a Saturday record. So
Papi Portuguesa.
Yeah.
That's so much better.
It's yeah, I want to hear you say Papi Portuguesa.
No.
Okay.
Considering how fucking white I am, no. This is going to come out wrong.
Seriously, what's the nickname? Peppermint Patty? What is it?
See, I'm a big fan of don't give yourself a nickname, so I'm just Rob. He's the guy.
He's the Portuguese pimp because he's Portuguese.
Because he gets pimped out by Portuguese.
Sure. That guy is not making a good living. I'll tell you that right now, man.
All right. Recording live from Blacktop Comedy in Rockland, blacktopcomedy.com for all your blacktop needs.
For all your blacktop needs.
Yeah. Paul fucking probably hates that.
You're looking to fucking put a dodgeball court on a playground?
Oh.
Hit up Blacktop.
Yeah. Blacktop.
Foursquare.
Comedy.com? That doesn't. I was trying to think of something witty, but as you can tell from my heckler lecture, not really the wittiest. Yet I'm the host of a fucking podcast. We can be heard on most podcast sites such as iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, TuneIn. Not. Oh. Wow, I wrote that wrong. Not on one you listen to? ? And I put a comma. Hit us up on social. Also, if you just want to talk and bullshit, Instagram and Twitter at @gagonthis_pod. Use hashtag #gagonthis on your posts. Use hashtag #WuckedUpQuestions if you want us to answer your questions on the podcast, which we have some.
That came from Jay Wuck.
Yes.
The Wucked Up Questions. His last name is Wuck.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why is his last name Wuck?
Well, I get that part mostly. But the Wucked Up Questions, is it because the questions are coming from Jay or
Pretty much. What I did is the first time we did it, I just sent a tweet and put on Facebook, hey, send us random questions. And Jay Wuck was literally the only one that submitted anything.
Okay.
So 99% of them came from him, and they were pretty fucked up. So.
No, 100%.
Wait, so are you scared that if you change the name, he won't submit questions anymore? I don't know if it's fair for Jay to have a monopoly on the fucking Q&A.
Oh,
session.
shit, shots fired.
Yeah. Why not shooting the shit with Shuman? Huh?
Oh.
Yeah. Wucked Up Questions.
That'll be a whole different
No.
segment.
If you have questions, you could go to Jay with his Wucked Up Questions. But if you want answers, you'll come to Al Shuman, okay? So just going to have more questions after you talk to Jay. If you want to know the truth, the one and only truth, you'll talk to Al Shuman. God bless America.
Wow. On election day.
Fucking A.
Wait, election day?
Did you vote? No.
What
Did
do
you
mean,
know?
That's fucking stupid. The election's on for 2 more years.
No. The
midterm.
There you go.
That's like watching the fucking Winter Olympics, bro. That's like, they're not even real sports teams. They're fucking clubs that rich kids play in the winter.
You can vote on daylight savings on this one.
Daylight saving? Now it's just elections, daylight saving. Like, what are you talking about?
But
this is all made up hoopla, you know? It's like
hoopla. The one thing I did do, and some people say it's not American of me, but I don't give a shit. You can write in some people, like a write-in candidate.
Yeah.
I always write my name.
What's less American than that?
Exactly.
What's more American? You know what I mean.
Yeah, kind of.
Because they always tell you when you're a little kid, anybody can be president. And they proved that this last time, and I don't know if that's such a good idea, but it's...
better get it out before Jerron shows up.
All right, guys, I don't really want to get political, so let's talk about something else. How are we going to fix the deficit?
What deficit? Job claims are down. Blah. Facebook at @GagOnThisPod. Email gagonthispodcast@gmail.com. Personal Twitter at Big NICJOH. And Rob is at Goiveia. Rob GOUVEIA. God, you need to get an American name.
I got Rob.
And Jerron is fucking nowhere because he's a loser.
And just so you know, this is the most prepared he's ever been.
He should be the most prepared.
Yeah, look what I did.
It's the most important guest.
I actually messed with fonts to make it to where it would just be like, oh, flip over.
It's actually printed instead of just, actually written.
Yeah, instructions. He has like a fucking comprehensive summary of what he's going to do. It just says, talk.
It just says talk. Speaking of talk. All right, good. You guys didn't talk. That's what I was hoping for. All right, so one thing we're going to get right into is I want to play the video of what happened on Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago. Because was it last Saturday or Sunday you were here?
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, wait. Here, I think it was, this past weekend, and then the weekend before is the Bar 101 incident. You should blur the name after I say that, because we're about to say horrible things about a place of business. So that way it'll just be like, beep. It'll be like witness protection shit. Just like you guys will like make my pitch like way deeper. Just like, like fucking deep throat in the parking lot. Just talking about this shit.
Pixelate your face and all that. Yeah.
I mean, not that anyone watches it, but if they do.
Well, it's in the video, though. You can see where it is.
No one cares if the people in Russia and Ireland know about the illegal shit.
And are Canadian.
They're cool. They won't tell anyone.
That's right, and Canadian.
Americans are snitches, though.
Yes.
You're Canadian?
No, we have a Canadian listener that...
That's racist.
No.
Really? You're not Canadian? I would have sworn you were Canadian by the way you're dressed. You're dressed like so happy and like... I feel like you're about to go to like a 4th of July barbecue, but no, it's
I'm
like
always ready
60
for a 4th
degrees.
of July. I'm fat and hairy, man, so I wear shorts all the time.
Is that what you wear to work?
I just came from work.
So do you work as a middle school football coach?
I was a high school football coach.
Were you really?
Yeah, for 9 years.
So for the audience, he's wearing, I think that's Hawaiian.
Sure.
It's got leaves.
Yeah.
And then a shirt that says, "Find what you love and let it kill you."
It's an old.
Wait, where's your Trader Joe's name tag?
None. Ooh, that's right. Next time I'll wear my Target uniform.
Whoa. All right. So we're probably just going to do play-by-play on this.
Sure.
Because we've all watched it.
Yep.
And I know your listeners have, right? Listeners?
They better have. Yeah.
If you want to be a true fan of the Gag on This podcast,
I was going to say...
Gag on This Bulimia Awareness podcast.
I almost put Thinspiration on my Twitter
Yeah, I wasn't
hashtag.
sure coming onto this. I'm like, Gag on This, is it like a bulimia thing? Or am I about to like... It's like the casting couch of podcasting shit. So, how long you been wanting to get into the business, huh?
Yeah. Everybody takes off their top. I mean, come on now. That's how it goes.
Rob, leave the Hawaiian shirt on, bro. Yeah. Take the microphone out of your mouth.
We got
Next time
this.
I'll bring the I beat the shit out of bulimia T-shirt.
You actually have one?
No.
Oh.
But
Violence in any form is not acceptable.
Dude, I
Even
thought
if
this
it-
guy was going to get violent with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of split on the issue.
Are you?
Yeah, no, I mean, because there's like multiple ways to interpret what happened. There's like my mindset during it, which I'm always thinking like multiple steps ahead whenever there's like a situation like that. And I don't think I was like far off from like what actually happened. So I don't know. Let's just play. Let's show the jury. We'll,
All right, so it starts off, who was the host?
probably bleep his name, but Joey C.
Okay. You realize we're not going to bleep.
Yeah, of course not. But I'm saying that. So I'm like, hey, bro, I didn't want to throw you under the bus, but fuck you.
Yeah. I told him to bleep you, but Gag on this
I don't care
podcast
if
got
you
no
bleep
rules.
it. Honestly, fuck him.
All right, good.
All of them.
So he does this thing. I was the designated driver for Dan,
Okay.
the can't stand comedian.
Yep.
Which, by the way,
So you had to push him around in the wheelchair. He wasn't allowed to steer his chair.
oh my God. So you know how he's always falling off stages, right?
It's happened a few times.
So he comes to me right before he gets on, and he's like, hey, you're going to have to get me up on stage. And I'm like, no. Like, I was scared because he's always falling off stage. And I was like, I don't want to be that guy that's, like, pushing him up, and then he falls. So I had to get him off. I had to get him off the stage. I had to get him on the stage and then take him off. All right.
By
so
yourself.
yeah. And Dan was fucking drunk. He can knock him back. So basically, the show is called Comics Under the Influence.
Okay.
And pretty much, did you drink there? I didn't see you take a shot. Did you?
I had one. I didn't drink. Or actually, I take that back. Joey C. before the show, he's like, come to my car. I got something for you. fucking walk over to his car in the parking lot. Just see like the security guard walk by. There's like the security guard that was like at Bar 101 who's like working the door very poorly, I may add. And then there was like the security guard for like I don't know what you want to call it, like a town, the street, the fucking village, whatever the fuck that like block of buildings is called.
I think town is the appropriate for Old Roseville.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever is like a group of shops.
Hamlet.
In a area you don't feel welcome in. So there's like this dude walking around, and Joey C, we go to his car across the street. He pulls out this fucking reused glass bottle, calls it something fucking weird. It was like a mix of like a horchata and lime, a limoncello. Some like random fucking stupid fucking drink that tasted disgusting.
Wasn't it moonshine?
Maybe.
I think
moonshine.
I think
tasted like fucking asshole shine. It was like disgusting. Like someone who offers you an alcoholic drink and doesn't have a chaser, you know, it's like, how disrespectful. I was offended, but I took the shot anyways because I'm not a pussy.
Yeah, it's
free.
But
like, I never drink. I probably drink alcohol like once every other year. I'm just not into it. Not to say that I didn't get a little crazy in college and right before this show. So we're drinking the limoncello and tasted like shit. So I had like one shot of that. Indulged in some legal, recreational smoking substances. Probably want to bleep that out too. So I'm
right on that.
Yeah, I'm pretty high. Not really drunk. I do the 5 minutes. Joey C brings me cranberry and vodka. That way you could cleanse the kidneys as you're taking the shot. Because, you know, that was pure organic cranberry juice. That's the standard.
Oh, it's Roseville, bars. Too, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing but cranberry juice. That's the standard. Then, so I had like a couple sips of that. So I would say I was like mostly sober, a little high as the interaction is going on. But my girlfriend, she like never drinks, so she thought I was like hammered in that situation. She was like super worried, which adds like a layer of like complexity to the situation, because in a situation like this, there's like multiple, I guess like you could call them like stakeholders. You know, my girlfriend doesn't want me to get fucked up. The venue doesn't want something like this to happen. Mm-hmm. I assume comedians want the heckler to beat the fuck out of me. So, you know, there's just like there's multiple interests that you kind of have to like balance without derailing the show.
I will say this. You do have a very good mindset, because I distinctly remember when, and we'll get to it, when the old quote-unquote security guard.
Yeah, Santa Claus.
Yeah, dude was like Father Time.
Chris
You
Kringle.
saw him. Yeah. You pointed to your girlfriend and you were like record this shit.
Yeah, this is, why are you, I'm just fucking standing up here.
I know she was recording you, I think, and you were like,
yeah.
no, go over here.
And also, like, I made a general comment to anyone who was recording. I'm like, hey, that's the money shot right there. Like, something with this dude. And also, like, if shit pops off and, you know, I got to sue the fuck out of this guy.
Yeah.
You got proof.
Which is why on the video you could hear me say the thing about assault. I'm framing it for a jury right there. I'm like, this guy, this is assault.
I have witnesses.
Yeah. So that way it's like undeniable. And if he like acts in that moment, it's self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a gun, I legally could have shot him in Florida.
Yeah, stand your ground. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, that's what people say. I personally haven't read the laws. But hey, you got to spend money to make money.
Yeah. I'm trying to think
Crack
how that
a few
equates
eggs to make an omelet. Just an egg white omelet. 'Cause, you know,
why does it got to be white?
I mean, I don't really see color. But it's more of the thickness. I don't like my eggs very viscous. It's like thin. So, I mean, it could be, well, to be fair, I use mostly brown eggs. What color are your eggs, Nick?
White.
Well, I'll let the listeners decide who the racist is here. God bless America.
Nothing wrong with white
Rob,
eggs.
what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at the guy who Keith Ole Jensen called white. But
Yeah, that's right. He did.
He called me white.
No, me. Keith is fucking white. But yes, he said I was. Because I said mijo.
Mijo.
Yeah. Because we had a Mexican in our group. And I was like, yeah. I was like, mijo. And I said it just like that. And Keith was like, yeah, you're so white.
Just micho.
Micho. All right, so how this is going to start is basically
Hola, me llamo mijo.
The dude whose name Joey C?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, this guy walks in, and I knew he was going to be a problem because he started hitting on chicks. Number one. And
Yeah,
the chicks
toxic
were not-
masculinity right there.
Yeah, and he has long hair, so I knew also any dude with long hair,
Yeah.
like, that's an issue. So he goes to this, and then he walks up to Joey C.
Well, also he came up during Frank the Tank set.
Did he?
Yeah. So Joey C did a set as the host / opener. Buddy did.
That's the black guy they wouldn't let in, right?
No, that was a different.
Oh.
They let that black guy in. They're like, all right, we've reached our quota. Fucking racist ass security guard. Like, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Buddy came up, had a really good set. Frank the Tank came up. He was also doing well. White ladies love the songs about juicy pussies. Old conservative white ladies. That's what they love. Frank the Tank was giving them what they want.
Well, also we had Oakmont class of 77 there.
Oh yeah, the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey C. It was just
The
a table
Golden
of
Girls.
Yeah.
The rusty Golden Girls.
And they were fucking loud. After you left, dude, they were talking over everybody's set.
Ooh.
They were hella
Not
loud.
during mine. They knew what was good.
Dude, it was awkwardly quiet when your shit got on. All right. So, first thing is when...
Yeah, so they came up during Frank the Tank set, or he came up during Frank the Tank set. I walk up to the stage. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, no one's doing anything. Security guard isn't doing anything. So, like, I came up, like, closer to the stage in case I had no idea who that guy was. I'm like, is he about to, like, punch Frank the Tank? Because, like, I know Frank the Tank... He looks pretty scrappy. Like, if shit popped off, he would, like, bite someone's ear off for sure. But he's, like, kind of small. So I'm like, all right, like, I got this dude's back. Then he goes off the stage. Joey C goes on. The dude comes up again. And then that happens. And then...
who the hell could have beef with Frank? He's, like, just sunshine and a little...
the rest of China.
Okay. But he's just all energy, and it's just you can't help but smile when you're around the guy. I mean, was the guy that plastered?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think the heckler like hated Frank. It was more so like in his. Well, we should just watch the clip.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted to be a part of the show.
We'll let the jury decide.
Hold on, audience. I need to find the fucking speaker for this bad boy. I've had this phone for 2 fucking years.
Just got to find the button.
In post, you should just clip the audio in. Your listeners won't know the difference.
They will
Now they
now. All right. So, hopefully you fucking heard that. If not, it sucks.
So I asked nicely.
Yeah. So this is the first time he comes up. I have to say,
That toxic masculinity, bro.
I thought the hashtag #MeToo was going to get a couple like, ooh.
I don't know. I think they were just more focused on like the dude.
Yeah.
In that moment, that was more so just like emphasizing what was going on. That this guy was in the wrong, and toxic masculinity was running rampant on the stage, and I was not okay with that.
Yeah. He was in your bubble.
He was.
He was in your bubble. Okay, so the one thing I completely forgot of was when you said you're going to jail, and that was when I thought he was going to start like going apeshit, because his response.
That's exactly what my girlfriend said. She's
really?
like, as soon as you said the jail shit, I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah. So basically, you heard the response of like when he was like, really? That was when he started to turn around and was starting to walk up again.
Yeah.
But luckily, Santa Claus came to town, and he saved the day.
Ho, ho, ho.
Is anyone else as curious as I am to see? I feel like I'm on like Animal Planet. All right.
Which, by the way, thank you to your girlfriend, because I am just right in that shot looking like a pussy.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, you are a pussy.
Touche.
It's okay, Rob. So are you.
The Get Out is Drunk Dan, by the way.
Oh, it was.
Yeah. No, it was multiple people.
It
They're
sounded
like,
like a couple of
fuck
people.
this fool. Let's get him out of here. And how dope was that Steve Irwin impression?
That's right. Crikey!
Yeah, because he was like, at this point, he was saying, he was like, let me carry the show, bro. Give me the mic. Like,
Wow.
in his mind, I was just like fascinated by this, that like, who is either it's one of two things or multiple. I don't know. Not a psychologist, but it's safe to say that I could make an accurate diagnosis. And this dude was either like completely delusional, had delusions of grandeur, just completely unaware of who he is and what he's doing and the effect that he's having, or he's just massively drunk, causing him to be delusional. So it's either a personality disorder or
Booze.
personality disorder induced by booze. And yeah, so I was like, he was just like in this environment that like he had no idea, he was doing all of the wrong things. Like if he was a comedian, that's like different than being some random person. But if you've ever done comedy, you know that doing that is like rule number one. That's like, don't ever like heckling. I'm kind of flexible on the topic of heckling just because like it fucking gives you social media content, which like as a stand-up, it's like really hard to, you don't want to put material on Instagram or whatever because people, that kind of ruins the point of people coming to a show if they've seen the material. So like those one-off moments that are just like on the fly, those make for good content usually. So like I'm pretty like flexible. I don't really mind if people heckle, but coming on the stage, that's like a whole different thing. So like I hadn't experienced anything like that before. So it was I was like excited in the moment. I'm like, all right, let's see what happens.
Yeah, because I remember he went up. I think it was Joey C. Or maybe it was you. He went up and basically somebody was just like, what are you doing? And he's like, I just want you to know, like, I can take over when the show is in a lull.
Yeah, that dude is trashed.
Oh, yeah, dude, way trashed. But yeah, I was. So basically, Father Time and this guy, which I don't want to give away the joke. I don't know.
Don't.
Well, I don't know if it's on the video. Well, wait. Yeah, we'll let the video do the
Can't
talking.
hold your tongue for 30 seconds, Nick? Huh?
Son of a bitch.
Ireland and Russia can wait. They're on a different time zone. It's chill.
All right, so Father Time and this guy are now about to fight, and I'm here looking like a pussy. Damn it! Good thing I didn't give it away.
Yeah,
'Cause
don't
he-
worry. There's more Pedro.
Oh yeah, because he hella looked like him. So the one thing that cut was Father Time moves him out, but also Who was the comic with the curly hair? Do you know him?
Comic with the curly hair.
He went on a couple, or maybe. Oh no, you left right after. I think
Curly hair. Ted?
Grizzly something.
Oh,
Grizzly?
Jake Grizzly.
Okay.
He wears a headband.
Yes. Yeah. So his dad fucking helped Father Time bring him out. Is that Paul? Nope. Guess not. Helped.
Some dude robbing the place. No big deal.
Well, because Paul was like, I'm not in town. So I saw somebody and I was like, is that Paul? I guess not. But anyways, so his dad got in the way and then. Hey. It is A-okay. You want to say hi real quick?
No, he's good. No, I'm just kidding.
Doing good. All right, so what's your name?
My name is Jay.
Jay? Get a little closer to the
Oh,
mic
sure
there, buddy.
thing. You got it, man.
What are you here for?
I'm here tonight in the other space here in the theater to run a tabletop RPG. It's like a Dungeons and Dragons type game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What game is it? Is it Dungeons and Dragons?
It is the Serenity RPG. So it feels like Firefly. If you ever watched it.
Great show.
Yeah.
You've watched it? I've heard of it only on Big Bang Theory because they talk about it. Joss Whedon, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was,
All right. Well, do you have any social media you want to plug or anything?
Sure. Hey, why?
Oh, there he is. Joe Ron.
The heck not.
Wait, wait for Joe Ron. Let's get to the bottom of this about RPGs.
Sure.
Yeah, we replaced you.
Yeah.
By the way.
I'm so sorry. I can't apologize enough.
So, what social media? We don't want to take you away from your RPG.
Yeah, of course. On Twitter, it's Punfucius, like Confucius, but with pun.
So, at Punfucius.
At Punfucius, Punfucius. Unless I just botched my own spelling.
I think it's SC.
Sure, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
anyways,
Or you could go to Al Shuman Comedy. Instagram at Al Shuman.
you can also, you won't find me there, but I've heard wonderful things.
Which is why you should go to Al Shuman Comedy. My RPGs are much better. It's like POV comedy.
I'm not a fan of RPG games. Do you play RPG games too?
Wait, for those not initiated, what does RPG stand?
Role playing game.
Okay. So
Not sexual.
You're like becoming someone else.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like a story.
Yeah.
It's more of the story behind it.
It's the characters and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a Christopher Nolan movie, but in a game.
Oh,
Makes no fucking sense.
sure.
Lots of them.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for coming on, buddy.
I'll relinquish the spot.
All right.
All right.
Go have fun.
Punfucius. Take care.
Look at this snazzy guy right here, dude.
How's it going?
Howdy. I made it.
Quick, J-Ron, what's your social media?
I don't do that shit.
He's not on it.
Oh, okay.
Not on anything.
No.
Nice.
Well, I mean, he's on this earth.
Although I am working on something in the cave.
Yes.
Are you?
That's right.
Yes.
He
What's
is.
going on in the cave? Is that a euphemism for something that you do
My
with Nick?
butthole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't want to say it, but hey.
It's so.
Have you ever seen the Mighty Ducks?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
I
Well,
have not
I was-
ever seen the Mighty Ducks.
That's what you're working on? Watching the Mighty Ducks? Nice to see all the good projects you got going on.
Yeah.
Wait, so you just came from an audition?
I did.
What was the role?
Mighty Ducks 4.
Mighty Ducks 4?
You're going for the coach?
You're Emilio Estevez after he got AIDS?
Oh, man. Emilio's got AIDS, too?
I mean, he might as well.
Why not?
But no, what was it for, really? I mean, can you talk about it? I don't know if that's like a thing.
Well, it depends. Do you think you got it? If so, you probably shouldn't talk about it. So let's talk about it.
We could always beep it out.
No.
Okay.
I feel like that's something we should leave in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this the callback?
No callbacks.
Oh.
No. This is it's for a photo shoot for Wells Fargo. Stock images.
Oh, stock photos. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
What
Could
are
be
you,
that
the
guy.
bank teller?
Maybe.
The ATM money
Might be.
replacer?
They sort of just put you wherever, right?
Yeah.
Like they
Okay.
just have you in position, like
Whatever.
white guy smiling,
Like
and then they just put you.
for
White
8
guy
hours,
getting
I'll
his
do whatever
loan
the fuck
denied.
they tell me, and then they give me a bunch of money. So.
Yeah, fucking A. I do that too. All right, so we were watching a heckler video of his that I was at. It happened at Bar 101. Just to catch you up real quick, this guy ended up going on stage during 3 comic sets, was really drunk, and then Al starts getting back at him. So here, I can show you just the end of it.
After he fucking graduated, just grew his hair up. It's like, hey, Napoleon. Wait, he thought he was fucking running for president? No, he thought this was a fucking super PAC right now. I'm just like, all right, I'm going to get so many votes right now.
Because I said he looks like Pedro. Nick so graciously played the clip with enough context.
Please don't go on the stage because it ended so well for that other guy. Have a good night.
So yeah, I was there for that, and it was intense.
How much of your
It
set
wasn't
did
that
you actually
intense.
get to do?
Not that intense.
Huh?
How much of your set did you actually get to do?
Pretty
I
much
wasn't
the
really,
whole-
I wasn't really worried about that part. I did mostly, I did all crowd work after that happened, but before I was doing like a little bit of crowd work just because like material wasn't going to do well there.
Mm-hmm.
Like just watching like the other people's sets before me. And it's like a loud venue, so you need like short, punchy shit to like get their attention. And if because I knew shit was happening, so I didn't go into that set thinking I was like gonna get material off. Like I went in expecting something, just because like 2 out of 3 comedian set, the dude walked up on stage, so like it was safe to assume that
It's gonna do it again.
it would continue. So I was just like pretty loose and just waited for shit to happen, really, because I figured it would.
So I gotta say, you mentioned you don't post your jokes, but it seems like you get heckled quite a fucking lot.
I think 2 things, maybe 3. First, I just happen to post them, so I feel like it seems more than it is, because every time it happens, I'll post it. But like, because I'm doing like lots of sets. Actually, we can talk about this later if we want to get into positivity, goal setting for comedy. I'm like at like 204 sets since the end of January, so I'm getting like a high volume of sets.
Damn, good.
So it's like if you're not getting a lot of sets, it seems a lot rare, So I think that is one of the things, but then also I don't know, I feel like I have a face that you just like want to fuck with, kind of.
I was actually
And-
going to say that.
Yeah, and I have like there's there's like multiple ways that you're like perceived by like like a different demographic, and a lot of people, they approach the audience as like, these are my friends, I want them to like me, but I'm more of like a stoic in that regard, where it doesn't really fucking matter, because I know like Marcus Aurelius, the fucking Roman emperor,
Good
in
name
his
drop.
in his writings he would talk about not that I'm comparing myself to an emperor, because I don't think he's nearly worthy enough for the comparison, but he was just talking about how he deals with like managing all the expectations of like everyone in an empire, and he would say that it doesn't fucking matter, because like this, if you're like dependent on their validation or like approval for like your own like worth or approval or happiness or whatever, it's a losing strategy, because everyone could be juiced on you today, but tomorrow they could fucking hate you, and it's just like so dynamic, and it just fluctuates so much. So I kind of approach the audience as not necessarily like a me versus them thing, but it's like I'm doing my thing, and if you don't get it, that's your fault. But not to say that I don't put in like a lot of work, and I'm not like critical and objective. Like if something doesn't work, I like think about why it's not effective or why it's ineffective. So I mean, I'm like pretty realistic about it, but as far as like the mindset, I'm like kind of detached from it's all just data, just like so I can know like how people respond to shit. But like I think that kind of makes me get heckled by dudes a lot because it's almost like an alpha male thing. Because I'm like, I wouldn't say that I'm like alpha on stage, but it's more so not giving a fuck about what an entire room of people thinks about you. I don't know if it's like people want to like test you and be like, all right, well let's see if this dude is like being himself, right? Because like I am that way. Like I really don't give a fuck what they like think about me because it's like it doesn't. Those people like don't care about you at all, and like even if like they are your fans, which I think like having fans is great. I can't wait to have some one day. Just like as someone who's like trying to be like authentic to themselves or like to be an artist, it's important to do what's like feels right to you. That's and if you do that and you're true to that, I feel like fans will be drawn to that if it speaks to them. But like changing who you are or like what your approach is or like your personality. So I think some people are curious if I really am that like or I don't know the word I'm looking for, just uninterested in
Aloof.
their like disagreements or whatever,
There you go.
And by doing that, if they can like prove me wrong with that like persona, it'll like assert them as like the alpha male or whatever. Because whenever I get heckled by females, it's always they're usually drunk, and it's always like something like sexual, like I'll get hit on.
Didn't some chick yell like you're brown or something?
Yeah. No, because I have this bit where I have a lot of bits where I wouldn't say that it encourages heckling, but like they're more because with most material it's like scripted, like down to the word, like the timing, the body language, like the facial expression, everything, the intonation, the cadence, like every aspect is like you've done it hundreds of times. But I have some bits that are more, instead of being like purely strategic and like planned ahead of time, they're more like tactical, where I just like think about a position, because I studied rhetoric and philosophy in college, so I'm like very like debate oriented and like argumentative. So like if I have a position and a view, I'm down to, even if it's like absurd and just like wrong to me, like arguing the worst possible argument is super funny to me, and just like a room full of people where ultimately like, I lose the battle of like convincing them, but like the real war is making them laugh and entertained, and like that journey of arguing this like terrible position, but super, it's a valid argument, but it's not a sound argument. It's like it's logically, everything makes sense, but it's just like so absurd. And so I have these bits, and one of them is, because I mean, if you look at me, I'm like very racially ambiguous. One of them is, I just asked someone like, if you had to guess what race I am, what race would you pick? Then, whatever they say, that'll determine what I say. And then we talk about like the why. And, I don't want to like give away any of the bit, but I have bits like this where it kind of, it's not really even heckling, because like it's more like interactive. It's like the best way to describe it is like a town hall style thing where, because I studied a lot of political rhetoric. What were you sneezing or falling asleep?
I was burping.
Okay.
I had 4 Milky Ways, fun size, before I came here, and
So
a Red Bull.
Your insulin is spiking right now.
No, indigestion. Yeah.
Indigestion.
No, but I was
Can't
hanging
wait
on
to
your
get
every
that
word.
off. No, I'm just kidding.
Philosophy and rhetoric. So
Yeah.
did you major in philosophy?
So my major was rhetoric. If I would have stayed an extra semester, I would have gotten a degree in philosophy as well. But for all intents and purposes, I studied philosophy.
I think the fact that you didn't finish actually is the degree itself.
Oh,
Yeah.
doesn't say much,
Yeah,
but
no,
damn.
'cause I went to Berkeley, and I'm just like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Not because of the money.
It was too liberal.
No, I mean, it was the money. Don't get me wrong. I'm in debt, and I regret going to college and getting the degree. Every part of it, alumni association that keeps calling, asking for the fucking nerve of those people. Hold on. Side topic. These motherfuckers call you, hey, Mr. Shuman. Like, I graduated like 2 years ago, and they have the nerve to call me Mr. Shuman. Like, I'm a fucking adult. Like, no. Like, I'm not any more adult than you are working in that fucking shitty-ass call center, asking for money, making $12 an hour. I mean, side note, I feel bad for them because they're doing their job, but the nerve of this fucking corrupt institution that charges an obscene amount of money for a fucking useless... Actually, no, I learned a lot, but that's because of who I am as far as, like, because anything that I do, like, I'll find a way to, like, I don't know, like, leverage it and just, like, learn about what I want to learn about. And, but I don't like being in debt. That's a thesis of what I'm trying to argue right now. So fuck those call center people.
How in debt are you? We can beep it out.
I don't know if people on the IRS will be listening to this or any credit cards that I will be applying to in the near future to do a balance transfer, but a reasonable, healthy amount for someone given my income and age. All right, so where were we? Heckling.
We were about to actually
bleep that whole part out.
We were going to ask a walked up question for you.
I'm getting close to having to fucking fake my death to get out of all this debt.
I'm 15 grand, and apparently that's not bad.
My comedy name will be Fred Manchu.
Oh shit!
I honestly have no idea where I was in that lengthy explanation. Okay. Oh yeah. So I have bits.
Are we we're not going to ask the walked up question?
No, we will. But, I mean, I looked at them, and I don't think the listeners are missing much.
Yeah, I like your response. Who's dad? And he didn't get back to you.
Yeah.
He just kept going over it.
I should ask, who's your daddy, Jay? Then he would have just, tagged me.
Mr. Wuck.
Yeah, so I have bits that are, they're different every time. So sometimes I encourage heckling, so I don't mind it at all. So I think... that may be why I get perceived as, like, getting heckled a lot. But there's sometimes, or, like, entire sets where I won't do those types of things. They're more like exercises, really, just, like, being able to, like, test my, like, improv and adaptability and, like, flexibility. Just, like, getting better at crowd work, being in the moment. So those bits are good practice. But there's times where I do material and I'll get, like, legitimately heckled. Which, in those scenarios, I'm like, hey, like, fuck these people. I want to, like, assassinate their character as quickly as possible, put their head on a pike, and show the rest of the audience that Daddy's talking.
All right.
So it sounds like you have an idea of, like, okay, if I'm going to get heckled, it's going to be at this part. I mean, for some of your... material where it's like, okay, if it's going to happen, it's going to be here. So
well, if it's like planned like that, I don't really view it as a heckle.
Sure.
It's more of like I'll consider that like crowd work, but there's some parts where I don't want them to heckle me, but I will get heckled. And so I don't know.
So here's the question.
Is it a wucked up question?
No, this is I mean, it's just as bad probably. Do you need to get heckled in the bedroom in order to maintain an erection?
Do I need to get heckled in the bedroom to maintain an erection?
Yeah.
It depends on how hard I'm killing it.
Boom. That was a good one. Oh. You know what? You're kind of right. These ones are a little, I think he blew his wad with the Hitler joke, in all honesty. Right out of the gate.
Oh, are you talking about Jay?
Jay, yeah.
What did he say?
His very first question ever was, which race would you Hitler?
To make the world a better place. Well,
you could...
The race for the cure.
You could cure all illnesses and solve Africa's water problems or some shit.
You might want to bleep that last statement. What is the race for the cure? What are they trying to cure? Is it
cancer?
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Wait, isn't it just a general thing?
The cure, I don't know, for something like low level, like asthma.
I think it's
like foot. If you're racing for asthma, doesn't seem like it's helping the problem. And second
Seems
of all,
counterintuitive.
Yeah, so I'm anti-asthma, but I'm pro anti-cancer.
Wait, you're anti-asthma?
Yeah, I like asthma.
Okay.
Not a fan of cancer, though.
Good. You're on the right side of history with that one.
Thank you.
So, just out of curiosity, what race would you Hitler?
What race would I Hitler?
And we found out...
What a horrible question. First of all, I think Jay has lost his question privileges.
I'll tell you right now, if you don't answer it, you will be the first guest that hasn't answered it.
Oh, well,
like,
obviously
in that
I'm
case-
not going to answer the question because it came from Jay, but also I'm very competitive and I want to be first, even if it's for something that matters not at all.
So white people. That's
White-
what you're saying.
No, I
His
actually-
inability to answer the question straightforward means white people.
As he's staring me in the
Yeah,
eye, he's like, I hope you're getting what
Fucking
I'm saying.
cracker.
Hey, I'm pretty white.
What are you, out of curiosity?
I'm pretty white, depending on at this table. I'm not white.
No, you're not.
At an Indian food restaurant, I'm pretty white. You know,
I could see
At
that.
an airport, I'm pretty white.
At an airport, really?
Yeah,
I would have
the
gone the other
beard.
way.
Yeah, the beard, the nose.
I would have gone
Look
the
like
other
someone in
way.
ISIS going through depression. If only ISIS had a don't ask, don't tell policy. Right, J-Ron? For those of you that are listening, J-Ron just fist bumped me. You can't see it. And winked at me. Now Rob is touching my leg. Hey, get the mic out of your mouth again. You missed it, J-Ron, before you came.
I was an altar boy. What do you want?
Yeah, Trader Joe's was putting the mic in his mouth. And, yeah. So the Hitler race. I don't know. I don't
Let's
really
not get
view-
philosophy
Yeah,
on it. Let's
I
just
don't view people as a race, you know? I think I would Hitler people. There's a lot of people that I would Hitler.
but no one. Like,
But no race. No, I don't
How about
think
group?
there you go.
How about just group?
no.
Vegans.
But they're Hitlering the plants, you know? So if you think about it, vegans are Hitler to plants.
But then we're Hitler
You want
to
to hear a cool
cows.
study? Your listeners are going to love this in Ireland and Russia. And what was the other one?
Canada.
Sochi?
Canada. Sochi, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, in Sochi, they'll love this with all their bonsai trees.
Isn't Sochi in Russia?
Banzai.
No, it doesn't matter. They're all Asian.
Look at you being racist over there.
I'm not being racist. I'm being nationalist.
He's not white.
Oh, that's true. It's okay.
Yeah.
You get a pass.
Yeah, I'm fucking Russian.
He's pretty white, but not white.
He's not white at this table.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there was a study done in like the 70s, and this was something that my friend told me that he read in a book, so it could be complete bullshit, but it might as well be true. So there were these two plants. Scientists hooked them up to these machines that measured the output of their energy frequencies, whatever that may be. Could be complete bullshit, whether it's like an EKG machine or something. It was like a lie detector. Just imagine a lie detector, and it's like on this graph where it's like like measuring how chill the plant is. So plant A and plant B. Scientist goes in with shears up to plant A, and he starts fucking the plant up, just maiming it, massacring it, murdering the fuck out of this fern, and the energy signals start going crazy, just caw, 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 caw. And then the scientist walks out of the room, takes a smoke break, comes back in with the shears, just walks up to the plant, just like circling the plant, just like fucking aggressively dancing with the shears and shit up to the plant. And as he's doing it, the plant, his energy frequencies go caw, 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 just start going crazy. So plants are aware. So next time you jerk off, your plant knows what's good.
I was about to say, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Where are we going with this
Next
one?
time the missus is giving you trouble, nagging you, just tell her to keep it down. The plants are trying to sleep. And, so vegans are Hitler to plants.
Wow. That's where we went.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I told you I could argue any position, and it's true.
All right. Argue
God
this
bless
position.
America. Go ahead.
Argue this position.
Go on.
So, I'm sure we've all been blown, right? No, I'm the only one that gets blown here?
Elaborate. What do you mean by blown for your
A
listeners in
BJ.
Russia?
A beej.
A beej. A blowjob.
Yes.
Okay. Fellatio.
Yes. We've all been filleted once or
Okay.
twice, right?
Or conolingus for J-Ron.
It is my favorite.
So, I was having a conversation with my fiance. She had just blown me. I had accidentally used... I know, it's huge. I feel sorry for her. She chokes on it all the time. Actually, no, it's quite tiny. But anyways, she was done blowing my Tic Tac, and
Your push pin.
I accidentally used her toothbrush, and when I realized it, I told her, and she got grossed the fuck out. And I was like, you blow me, and that's fine, and swallow, and that's fine, yet I can't use your toothbrush. And she's like, no, that's the grossest thing I've ever heard. To the point where she had to get a brand new toothbrush. Is that weird?
If she's willing to blow you, get a Costco box of toothbrushes and shut the fuck up.
How wasteful
it
for
is
the
weird.
environment.
That's not the point, though.
So
The
much
point is she
plastic.
just...
Those turtles are fucked. Got toothbrushes in their nose. All thanks to Rob.
Those
just
were
trying to get his
straws.
little weenie sucked.
But turtles are bad. Like, do you know if you touch a turtle, like we humans give them a bacteria that kills them? Like sea
Wait,
turtles?
stop talking about your dick, bro.
Oh, my, I don't call it a sea turtle.
No, just the fucking head.
I call it a Dalmatian,
The,
actually.
the turtle pinky.
Dalmatian? You should do something about the spots.
Yeah,
But
I do. I have a beauty mark because it's fucking
I don't
beautiful.
need to know that.
I have two.
None of us need to know that.
And when I was younger,
Those are your balls.
when I was, I got some dark balls then, and they're situated on the top of my penis.
Could be
Um,
cancer.
You're just looking at it from
Oh, don't fucking don't say that
you know those
shit.
golden
What?
candies? You know those fucking shitty chocolate balls that are wrapped in the gold? What are those called?
like
Yeah.
the Easter eggs.
No, the Ferrero.
Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that's called.
Those are gross.
Yeah,
With the
those
hazelnut?
are your testicles.
I got hazelnut testicles.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right, so is
Tiniest
it
of the
gross?
nuts.
They are small. So using a toothbrush, is it gross? So you're framing it.
In the comparison of you just blew and swallowed my load.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're both atrociously gross
Yeah.
and horrible sins that corrupt your soul. But for the sake of argument, I think one of them is like socially sanctioned grossness, a.k.a. sucking dick. Then one of them is one of them you're doing to get clean. The other you're doing for like pleasure.
To be
related,
dirty.
and your toothbrush doing something that gets like dirtier per se.
You could make it both, though. I mean, Eddie Murphy did. He was
What,
getting
you
his,
would
he was
clean your
getting his
mouth
royal. He was
with-
getting his royal penis cleaned in the hot tub.
By a mouth.
Yes.
Were
So it's a
they?
little
They
bit of
could have
both.
sucked his dick and then cleaned it after. I haven't seen the movie in many, many years.
What movie are we talking about?
Coming to America.
Coming to
I've
America.
never
It's like
seen
a
it.
30-year-old movie at least. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's before you moved into the cave.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
That's a movie I've never seen.
really?
it's okay. You don't need to.
I also think
Soul Glow, man.
They're gonna make a
Beverly
sequel.
Hills Cop is overrated too. So I just don't like Eddie Murphy when he was
Whoa.
younger. Plus, he says fag a lot, and I just
This is a different time.
I know.
Good way to-
I was just
good way to
making fun
cover
of
your
people.
Tracks to clarify why you don't like Eddie Murphy.
I actually liked Raw. Raw was actually pretty funny. I just his early movies, like Beverly Hills Cop's, just so overrated.
Interesting.
Coming to America, I've noticed that's the one with
In the
Arsenio,
event
right?
that Eddie Murphy may one day book me for a show, I'm not going to talk badly about him because I have so much respect for him as a comedian. I think he's a great guy, despite all of the scandals.
He was
Didn't you
great
say
as
that
Donkey.
About, Bill Cosby a couple months ago?
Huh?
Didn't you say that about Bill Cosby a couple months ago?
Actually, something about Bill Cosby. I actually had to break the news. So my uncle has amnesia. Actually, he was in a car accident, and was in Placer County. He holds the record, I don't know if you could call it Guinness World Record, but of longest coma to survive. So he missed a lot of shit, and he was a big Cosby fan. So after everything happened, I had to break the news to him. I'm like, Uncle, this is going to be tough to hear, but I have some bad news about Cosby. So the Cosby Show got canceled.
I'm sorry for that fucking thing. That was really... That was some good misdirection there, buddy.
I know.
You and your spotted dick.
That's supposed to be a delicacy, by the way. Spotted dick. To all of our listeners in Ireland and... No, wait. Is it
UK.
Irish?
It's English.
Is UK? England?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about the guy that swam around the fucking UK?
No.
He was at sea for 5 months.
He's a fucking idiot.
Oh, that's insane.
Is he lost?
No, he did. And they were like, nobody's ever going to do this again. And I'm like, who the fuck wants to do that?
Plot twist, the dude forgot his Fitbit on shore. Just fucking did all that swimming for nothing.
How do you
He's
charge
going to
it?
get his points.
All right, so I kind of want to just talk about this because I came across this. I guess it's a dude. Yeah.
But hey, if it's not, that's completely okay.
His name is Little Xan.
Yeah, Little Xan.
You know Lil
The
Xan.
rapper with the face tattoos.
Okay,
on
so
the,
you
on the Instagram.
you know him. Like of him at least.
Yeah, me and him are good friends.
All right.
I know him so well because of my SoundCloud rapping days. We collabed.
So essentially, this guy, he's in the news because Mac Miller, they finally released that autopsy for Mac Miller. And shocker, it was drugs.
Wait, is that the name of the track? The Little Xan just dropped?
Mac Miller?
No, Little Xan. Autopsy. No. Or you're talking about the actual...
Autopsy for Mac
Autopsy?
Miller. Yeah, and it was cocaine, fentanyl. I think I wrote it down. Yeah, fentanyl, cocaine, and alcohol. I know, shocker, right? He was using. Amazing. But anyways.
Oh, wait, what's that last one? Jesus. He's high on vitamin J.
He was high on Jesus?
Yes.
He did drink the Jesus juice. But anyways, look
God
at this
bless
mother.
his soul.
This motherfucker is so doofy, and he like kids are looking up to him.
Goofy.
Dude,
Wait,
he's
who's looking up to who?
kids are looking up to this guy, Lil Xan.
To be fair, are kids looking up to him?
Like he's famous. You know of him. Look at that.
I don't understand
Look
face
at that.
tattoos at all.
Wait, what did he...
I don't
What
get
does he
him.
look like?
Wait, let me see this so that I could comment.
That's a guy?
That's a dude. Yeah, that's why I was like,
So why are you saying, or I guess what's your gripe with him for why kids look up to him, or what's the negative?
because he's goofy.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I've so Little Xan.
Which, by the way,
Actually, he did a song with Diplo that I really enjoyed. I'm not too familiar with his
James Vanderbeek
music overall. Yeah.
or the real Diplo.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Diplo. It's
Yeah,
It's
they're
about the same
all
thing.
they're all white dudes.
John and
making
I are
music.
completely out of the loop here.
Yeah.
so. Did you see the picture of him?
Yeah.
So what if you look like what he looks like?
A fucking
You know?
goober.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy though. He seems harmless with all of his nice face tattoos, and he seems like a pretty positive person. Not like there's a lot of people in that like demographic that are
Doofy.
yeah, just so angry. Like what's the fucking dude with the Sideshow Bob fucking clown hair, the rainbow shit? The dude who looks like a fucking supervillain if you made a movie about a dentist.
I don't know.
The
Krusty the
Icky,
Clown?
Mickey, sticky. Oh, that dude. The fucking angry
No.
fucking...
Krusty the Clown.
Is he Puerto Rican dude?
Puerto Rican clown.
Oh, Takeshi.
Takashi.
Yeah.
Tekashi.
Yeah, that fucking guy. With all the... all of the SoundCloud face tattoo rappers, there's like ones that are like super angry and just like negative. But to be fair, to give Little Xan his due, what I've seen, he seems pretty positive.
Yeah, Tekashi 6ix9ine. That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And first of all, his fucking tattoos. and my phone just froze. On his right eye, it's Z repeating, right? So like snoring.
Like he's sleepy.
Yeah.
Wait, do any of you guys have tattoos?
Yeah.
You wanna let's take a look.
They're just on my back and
What
on
if
my
he
arm.
has fucking little Xan on his nutsack?
Mac
He's like,
Miller.
"They'll never
Mac Miller
know."
for life.
He's like, I need to talk about him on the podcast. That way, it'll throw people off the scent.
I was just so amazed that like that is something that we're like that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
don't know. I personally don't get tattoos as a whole because like I'm frequently like changing my mind on shit about like particular.
Am I the only one
bullshit
with a
stuff.
tattoo here?
I've got a few.
You got a bunch.
I got 4. I got them all when I was 19.
Oh.
And then
Yeah.
one
I
buddy
hear
of mine.
tattoos are pretty common among prison bitches.
Yeah, I didn't get the target like you did. But I was impressed by the glow-in-the-dark ink, though. That was a nice touch. But
I don't even get the reference, but it sounds
the glow-in-the-dark
sexual.
ink around the ass, so that
Oh.
it's a courtesy to your prison
Basically,
mate,
it's like
your
a
cellmate.
let's go in. Speaking of, oh no, you didn't want to talk about it.
What's that?
Your kid and the glow in the dark fucking things up the.
Oh, no, I don't have any
hoo-hoo.
problems with that. That's,
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, out your kid. Let's do it.
Oh, my kid is just, he's 5, and he's, as much as we try, he's still a fucking animal. And
What's his social?
Oh, but he has this guy, like, it's called a roadie. It's like, remember Hippity Hops? The little thing you blow it up and
Is that what you fucking call
Yeah.
rap music? Is this the lamest dad ever? You and your hippity
as
hops.
the old, as the old
this
white
little
cracker
Xan
here.
and his hippity hops.
And well, it's like a little donkey. It's about this big, and they can jump.
Oh, that they ride on and
Yeah,
shit?
exactly. And
Okay.
they jump, and they're inflatable. But
So he
I
tried
think
to
it's a-
fuck the hippity hop.
no, but it's a design flaw. The fucking hole where you pump it up is right under the tail, so it really does look like he has an asshole.
Oh.
So, and my kid had a bunch of those glow in
As
the
soon
dark
as your kid starts
bracelets.
getting some testosterone, that hippity hop's gonna be looking mighty good.
But he's got a bunch of those glow in the dark bracelets that cropped out. So he's like, "Hey,
Live strong
Daddy, look."
bracelets.
No, just the like at a rave, the stupid bracelets you get that glow for like 2 hours and then they're done.
Glow sticks.
You go to raves.
I
The
did
hippity
when I was
just on the hippity hop.
19 getting tattoos.
Nice.
But
You
he's
mean
all
Woodstock,
proud.
bro.
He's like, "Daddy, come look at this." And there's the hippity, or there's the roadie with 3 glow in the dark bracelets sticking out of his butthole, and it's
Oh.
just, we're having issues with the kid getting aware of certain parts of the body, and
So he's really into the rectum right now.
he's showing his ass, he's showing his junk. It's I'm convinced there's I don't know.
This thing?
Yeah, that's roadie.
Damn.
So right under the tail, there's a little opening.
A little poop shoot.
Yeah. And at least give
that's-
him like a...
That's fucking creepy, dude.
It is.
But the kids look like they're having so much fun.
They are fun.
All right, I feel like now's a good time to go to the bathroom.
All right.
So, you guys want to keep looking at hippity hops? I have to call my lawyer real quick just to make sure that we're good. I haven't fucked up yet.
Yeah. Bar 101, by the way.
This episode is just going to be like a bleep. You're not going to say my name. Now we have on the podcast just
The heckler lecturer. That's what I called him, and I worked all day on that.
All day.
Yeah, I was. I
Good
also
effort. Good
have.
effort.
That does not look like an all-day worth
I
of
also have the
notepad.
douchebag destroyer.
The
That's a good
douchebag
one. You should have brought that one up.
Well, now he's in the bathroom, so
The
I can't.
bring
destroyer
it
of
up when he comes
douchebags.
So, dude, I got to say, I did not anticipate you making it.
Oh, you did a good time from back.
I told you I was running fast.
Yeah, like a what? What did it say? Running like a badge at a hell.
That's right. Got to say it fast. Go ahead, say it faster.
Badge at a hell.
There you go. Close enough.
It did say badge, so
Yeah, you are allowed to pause these.
There's no need to.
yeah, I don't want to.
All right.
Fucking Jerron's here.
All
I
right.
made it.
I'm so sorry.
I was about to be like, maybe we should take a break, but then I'm like, no. because we're almost done anyways.
Fair enough.
Right.
Yeah, we got another, 20 minutes or so?
Okay.
Don't give me your shit, Rob.
Hey, man.
You Portuguese potbelly.
Boof. And he's back. Drop the mic.
Yeah, I was about to say that you just heard was
All right. So just talk to my lawyer. We're gonna need to cool it on the race shit. So no more Hitler questions.
Good thing you weren't on the last podcast when I dropped the N word.
Who was the? Oh shit! Who was the last guest?
DJ and
Who dropped
Dan.
the N bomb?
DJ and Dan. I did.
DJ and Dan.
No, it was.
Yeah.
Was it DJ and
So it
Dan?
was supposed to be Parker, and he couldn't make it.
Ah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I dropped it. And you know what? That shows you how accepted we are all over the world. No public outrage.
I think in order to have outrage, the public has to see it.
I'm just saying. I mean,
Come on, Ireland and Russia, spread the word. Stop
Cause and
this hate
effect.
monger.
I like how you're focusing just on those two. You know, we're in UK.
Yeah, he said plenty of other racist remarks. Don't focus on just the N-word.
We did.
In that one episode.
We did. No, well, not that one. We didn't really, did we?
That one, what?
I forget where I am half the time. I don't know what you're talking about now.
That's because you're always going. We could talk about my weird interview if you want to talk about that.
Oh, yeah? How'd that go?
I don't know if we should, because that doesn't involve me.
Al, what would you like to talk about?
Honestly, I'm cool with whatever. Whatever you think is a good topic.
So I interviewed for this promotions assistant job at iHeartRadio, and it was awkward as fuck.
What was the minimum qualifications? Experience?
Fucking breathing.
Promotions assistant?
Basically, I'd be the dude in the tent, like when you see, like, oh, look, it's fucking V101. Let's look at the white guy in the V101 tent. Which it probably didn't help that when they said they were V101, I was like, oh, that's you guys? I didn't know that. So that was probably a ding against me.
V101, is that a class about vaginas?
Yeah. Should be. That was good. That was a good one. I'm sorry, we locked
I can
eyes.
tell by the look in your eyes
We
how
had a
much you
moment.
enjoyed that one.
I did.
If Rob and J-Ron weren't here. Hoo-hoo.
Oh.
No,
So
just
help
as a
me
point of
God.
clarification, J-Ron is my friend Kayvon's sister. I would be Joe-Ron.
I feel like that's way too many letters for what you're bringing to the table.
By the way, he knows you as the potato farmer.
Yeah, when I saw your name, I'm like, yeah. Well, to be fair, we've met several times, but the first time I heard your name, I'm like, how is this dude not a potato farmer? It sounds like the name of a potato farmer, No offense, because I think potato farming is a very respectable profession.
Yeah, to our people in
People
Ireland.
like French fries, man.
They do.
Yes. Papas
Um,
fritas, as they say in Espanol. Papas fritas.
It's funny you said
Yeah.
that. I was Mr. Potato Head for Halloween.
Really?
I was.
He made his own costume, too. He was the guy from Up, Carl, I believe his name is.
A few years ago.
It was
Okay.
a great... The old guy from Up, he did a fucking bang-up job on that costume. Like, I was jealous. You going to get it? You going to hook it up? It's so weird seeing you, having heard your jokes and seeing you
Were
in a
you
suit and tie.
committed to the role as well? Like you sterilized your wife, killed her,
Your wife was Mrs., right?
kidnapped a
No.
child.
Your wife wasn't Mrs.?
No.
Oh. Did Mr. Potato Head kidnap a child?
No, but the dude from Up did.
The kid went,
No.
willingly.
Can a child that young consent?
That's good.
So either
Is that your Up?
Nice costume.
Oh, I thought that was the
yeah,
up one.
either you think that the kid got kidnapped or you're pro rape.
No, the kid went willingly.
Yeah.
But is he old enough to consent though? That's my question, Joe Ron.
I don't know. It had something to
Do
do
you want to
with some.
explain that to the jury?
Had something to do with the cult that he was in. He insisted on going. He had to get some badge.
The Boy Scouts. Well, actually, the Children's Scouts, I think it's called.
I was going to say, it's just called Scouts now
God.
Yeah, Scouts Honor.
because they will invite women. Yet Girl Scouts will not invite boys.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I think Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, I think girls should have just as good of an opportunity as boys to get molested.
See, I'm pro on that one for
You're
sure.
saying you're for separate and equal.
Hey, somebody at the door.
Never.
That
molested.
looks like a homeless guy. He can go around.
No, that's just Rob.
Still here. Looking for a barbecue outside.
He's looking for the RPG
Yeah.
game.
No, I'm sure a very small minority of scouts get molested still. I mean, nothing compared to.
Well, I mean that
The
scarf.
church.
It's like they're asking for it, really.
Yeah. So this podcast just took a dark turn.
I was about to say, was that the line, guys?
My lawyer explicitly said no.
There was no race,
molestation.
though. It was no race. Equal opportunity offender here.
Could have said. Actually, no, I'm not going to say it.
You're like, I still
All
want
right,
a career.
Now I'm starting to get a filter. All right.
But they're all pink on the inside.
I just want to say I deeply regret my statements on this podcast. I do not condone.
You're the one that wanted to
Any
get
of
us
these men say.
deplatformed.
Yeah, I know you deplatform, but not me. I don't want any consequences for what I say.
Oh, yeah. So the interview before we cut. First of all, I was getting interviewed by people that were easily not born when I graduated. Easily. One of them was pretty cute, though. Stacked.
No
She's
wonder you
looking
didn't
good.
get the job.
I think it was Taryn.
This girl had massive titties.
Well, I didn't tell her that, and I made sure to look
I'm sure
here.
your eyes did.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first sat down, I was like, "Oh
Jaw
wow,
After every question.
mama." But no, it was just weird because it was quick, and like I have previous promotions experience, and they didn't even touch on that. Like, it was just like, "What's your availability?" And I told them,
That's a good one.
and then they were like, "What do you?" They asked the typical bullshit, like,
Oh, you
What-
want foreplay first. You're trying to fucking be comfortable before you get into the money shot of how soon you could start.
Well, my thing was I was hella comfortable. I was like, this is fun. Like, yay. But then they were like, how did you handle a stressful situation? If we did blah, 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 how would you? And I was just like I just would.
So it's like they just
I
download
fucking
an
regulate,
interview.
bro. That's how.
Yeah, it was just
Fucking
weird.
start firing shots.
And then they were like, we don't know what to ask you because you have the experience. And I'm like, I do. Yes. And then I get the email today, we're not fucking picking you. And I'm like,
They didn't say why.
They said that they only had a limited number of positions, which in my head, I'm like, yeah. And one of those positions easily could have been filled by me. You stupid bitch. I shouldn't say that. She was actually quite nice. I probably
Not
should
nice
bleep her
enough
name.
to give you a job.
No, I know. Well, I think also
Wait, what's the name of this company? Let's have your Irish and Russian listeners bombard their fucking Twitter.
iHeart.
Huh? iHeartRadio?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. iHeartRadio. I'm pretty sure they donated to the party that's being demonized in this election cycle.
I thought the election was 2 years from now.
Yeah, I know. This election cycle, as in 2020, I've seen political ads for politics and shit.
I have no idea. I don't pay attention to that. I just write my name on the ballot. Which, by the way, we talked about that. Is that un-American of me? If I don't want to vote for anybody that I see there, I write my name and I vote for myself.
It's nice that you could vote that they dropped the felony. It's off your record.
I still have to register.
I thought that's what I always do, where it says write in. I just put my own name.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. All right.
One of these days I'll get something.
Do we get listed? Like because I had two people put me down. So would I get listed as like I got 0.00 something percent? Or would I just be an other?
You'd be other.
Oh, fuck.
Have you guys seen those fucking ads on the side of the street? It's like fucking Bob Ross for Folsom City Council. Do you hate traffic? Vote for me, Bob Ross. It's like, what the fuck? I legitimately saw a sign for this dude. I don't know if his name was Bob Ross, John
Bob Ross
Rawls.
is the painter. Rob Ross is the guy running.
Yeah, whoever the fuck he is.
That was close. It rhymed.
He's probably going to do a terrible job. Or not. He may do an amazing job.
Wow, way to pick a side there.
Yeah. And, his platform is hate traffic, mail your ballot. Like, that's I don't know, if I was going to like make a fucking political ad of something that is just like, you know, when you see like those late night fucking lawsuit ads, like, have you had a negative experience in the past 10 years? Then you may be eligible for fucking suing Galpin Motors. You know, it's like some like random shit. It's like, hey, do you hate traffic? It's
Well,
like
city council, though. That's all they really deal with is traffic and, like, some minor
yeah, but
crime.
how are they going to solve traffic? Are they going to kill people?
No, they're just going to bullshit
Are they going to
you.
Hitler? Okay, all right. Go back to the Hitler question.
Let's bring it back.
Would you Hitler everyone who is driving in the carpool lane, but they shouldn't between the hours of whenever the fuck carpool
3
time
and
is?
6.
Yeah. Would you Hitler those people? Those criminals?
I don't think it's enough to make a difference.
No.
So Rob is explicitly saying that we need to kill more people.
Yeah.
What a monster.
Well, he is Portuguese. That's part of their history.
Yeah.
Portuguese? I thought he was Puerto Rican.
Nah.
No, he's
It's,
Portuguese.
Yeah, but, my choice was rednecks, so.
Yeah. Mine was Haitians. Still
yeah,
is.
That was pretty rough.
Why is it rough? I don't know how they
It's just
affect me
kicking a guy
culturally.
while they're down. They got
I
nothing
just
going
don't-
for them. You're just going to take. I mean, is it like a mercy thing or what?
No, I'm trying to think of like they don't affect my life at all. Like I'm trying to think culturally.
So you want to kill them? Seems like a reasonable way to handle.
I mean, if it
Handle
meant
the
curing
situation.
like Africa's water problems,
Huh?
if it meant curing Africa's water problems.
Are the Hessians poisoning?
No, that was one
the
of the.
Hessians were hired by the British during the Revolutionary War.
I was about to say Hessians or Haitians.
So when
I wanna
Abraham
ki-
Lincoln
I wanna
freed
Hitler
the
Haitians.
slaves, the Hessians were hired by the British.
Oh, the Hessians were German soldiers, and why the fuck are we talking about this?
I don't know, but
This
I'm
is
really
interesting
intrigued.
stuff.
Like I'm like Hessians.
We need to
Like-
bring the guy back on for the RPG stuff after we talk about
Hey,
fucking History
I'm
Channel.
ready to go next door and play, but
Are you into those games?
oh, fucking, I love it. It's yeah, we talked about that when Nicole was here.
I've lost respect for
How
you.
it's just kind of like anytime there's
Don't
one
worry.
that plays,
You didn't lose any respect from this side of the table.
That's
Didn't have
right.
any to be-
Well,
there was none.
he lost respect for me a couple episodes
Oh, yeah.
ago.
You got a button to prove it, but
Yes, cock the walk.
yeah, but yeah. So anyway,
All right, so the Hessians were hired by the Germans.
no, the British, they were German mercenaries that fought in the Revolutionary War because they were easier than sending their own troops. And the Haitians, however, are the ones you have a beef with.
Why the fuck do you know about the Hessians?
I was a history major.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good one, but
I was about to say, serves you well in your
Clearly.
freight job.
it's. I could tell you about the history of the boats I'm shipping the crap on, but yeah, it's not really interesting. But
Yeah. And on that note, we'll end the show with plugs.
Sweet.
All right, Al.
Hey, I was curious to know about the history, since you know so much about, wars, declines of empires and shit. The history of the decline of your dignity.
Oh, that was never there.
There we go.
There, that's a good way to end. All right, Al, you got any dates coming up?
Yes. So we talked about nothing that I wanted to talk about, by the way. So this was a failed pot. No, I'm just kidding.
That's usually how it goes.
It's pretty rough since you did most of the talking.
I know. Even then, we should have locked Rob outside. November 15th, Thursday, Tommy T's, 7:30 p.m. Very funny show with some very funny people. I have free tickets. Get at me. Al Shuman Comedy. Free tickets to the show. That'll be great. January 13th, just found out. Morty the Mortician. Super funny guy. Puts on a great show. Good friend of mine. All around great guy. He's putting on a show at the Punchline
Yeah.
in Sacramento. It's going to be an amazing show. Morty puts on a really good fucking show. So
That guy's a
definitely-
booker, dude.
Yeah,
Straight up.
he is
Killing
he's
it.
legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does it all well. And then Josh Means, former guest of yours, He's putting on a roast battle on the 26th, I believe. And I'll be doing the 2-on-2 roast team battle. Me and Yassine Mazen. And we're going to be battling Parker Newman and Drew Absher.
Hey, that should be good.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. Drew and Parker are really good joke writers, friends of mine, so it could be competitive because, if you're roasting someone that you don't like, you're worried about them putting sugar in your gas tank,
Mm-hmm.
But with friends, you just healthily assassinate each other's characters, ruin their lives.
So that's it as far as shows. What about social?
Ones that I want to talk about. Rest of them, fuck them. No,
All right,
actually, I did a
good.
show this past Sunday at Blacktop.
Yes, you did.
Just wanted to talk about that interesting experience. Maybe for another day when Rob's not here. And social media, Instagram. I post memes, heckler clips of stand-up, other things, also like stand-up dates and shit, to Al Shuman Comedy. Let me spell that out for you. ALSHUMANCOMEDY.
Because we like you.
At Instagram. Al Shuman Comedy. Now,
Are you on Twitter?
Just one more time for the Irish. A. Am I on Twitter?
Yeah.
I have one, but I never use it.
Because I tried tagging you on Twitter, and I was like,
I honestly never use it. It's the same thing, Al Shuman Comedy. I don't know, I just don't get, it's hard for me to, think of tweets that I like or am, artistically proud of, really, just because it's so quick. And I just feel like the, worst common denominator of people is on Twitter, just with, how impulsive it is. It's you literally, I feel like the only thing that you could do on Twitter is talk shit. That seems like the most effective thing to do.
and post porn clips.
Yeah, you can do that
Or
if you
GIFs.
want to
GIFs.
rot in hell. So yeah, Al Shuman Comedy. You could add me on Facebook, like me on Facebook, YouTube, Al Shuman. Actually, I don't know if I have any stand-up clips posted to YouTube.
But you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll be posting sketches there in the near future. So look out for that. And yeah, I would say Instagram is the one that I use primarily. So Al Shuman Comedy. A-L.
All right, Rob?
You already got mine in the beginning, and I have not been doing anything on social media for a while, and it's probably not going to change for a couple of weeks. But I will be back and probably start hitting the open mics again in a couple of weeks.
What about what you got going behind the scenes? You want to talk about that now or wait?
Not yet. Not until
yet?
I'm ready to put them out.
Okay. All right. Put them out to pasture. I got you.
Yeah.
I just have to ask, just obligatory. Jeron?
Yeah, you can catch me on social media at nowhere because I don't do that shit. And I've been
No wonder you're so happy.
and I've been making
Smile of yours.
every excuse I can, every chance I have to get out and hit an open mic. So if you don't see me there, it's because I came up with an excuse not to be there.
Nice.
Sean does accept carrier pigeon if you have any messages for him.
All right. Is that it for everybody?
That's it.
You want to spell your name again?
I don't know. Do you think I need to? How dumb are your listeners?
I mean, Russia.
Hey, the people of Russia are extremely smart, and they're going to win the cyber war. They are years ahead of us. Look it up, people.
I thought China was.
No, they just build the computers.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. We don't get political on this podcast.
But really, though, I thought we were going to get to the bottom of this, of how we're going to fix the deficit. Actually, pretty disappointed. I thought we were going to make good intellectual headway. But Rob just had to keep putting the mic in his mouth.
I was going to say, if you thought you were going to get intellectual headway, then you
Hey,
definitely
your
did not
toothbrush.
listen.
Has to do with going to church when he was a young child.
Yeah. And having other things put in his mouth because he was an altar boy, right?
Damn straight.
Right. All right. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at @gagonthis_pod. Follow me on Twitter at BigNickJOH. We're still doing the fucking plug dealy doodad. So if you want to plug yourself, you want to plug your family, you want to plug your business, I don't give a fuck as long as you say your name, your city, and that you're listening to the Gag on This podcast. Shout out to Dustin because he's the first and only comedian that did it so far. Nicole said she's going to submit something. I'll believe it when I see it.
If you Venmo me $5,
Submit.
I will read it myself.
You need $5 for it?
Well,
Dustin
it's a
did
discount.
it for free.
I normally charge $5,000.
Okay. Yeah.
Severe discount because I know your listeners extremely poor with their money.
And dumb, as we established. Also, we're doing a new thing. I forgot what the fucking new thing was. Oh, fake reads. If you want to submit a fake read of anything, Nicole is going to do one. And I'm really excited because it's supposed to be out before the next episode, so it'll be really funny. Fake read, submit a product. If you want to do a read for a fucking product, like I said, we're sponsored by Hobo's Piss today. That's my first fake read. Just listen to it. Well, if you're listening to the podcast, you obviously fucking listen to it. But if you want to submit shit like that, hell, Jerron may even read one. Probably should have asked you first, huh? Instead of just
commit me to things again.
All right, Blacktop. Yeah, live shows every week, classes and workshops for improv, stand-up, sketch comedy coming in January, and more. I don't know what the more is. Open mics every Wednesday. Sign-ups at 7:30. Show starts at 8. BlacktopComedy.com.
I'll be there.
Will you?
Yeah. I've been coming most Wednesdays. It's one of my favorite mics. Definitely check it out.
I hear it's getting a lot of attendance too.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, I count as like 10 comics, so.
So yeah, open mic every Wednesday. Sign-ups at 7:30. Show starts at 8. BlacktopComedy.com for all shows, classes, and schedules. Al, thank you for coming in. It was very enlightening.
Yeah, no problem. I regret it.
All right, thanks, guys.
You gotta fight!